Hi, welcome back to my channel. This video is an update to my previous ink swatching video. Previously, I have swatched Birmingham Pen Company's Wash Lavender and Cold Snap, and the colors were somehow inaccurate. Birmingham Pen Company agreed to send replacement for Cold Snap and Wash Lavender, and they are finally here. Because of some unexpected delay, they also sent me this England teal for free, so appreciate their thoughtful and accommodating customer service. So in this video, I will swatch both versions of the inks, and I also bring out my dilution solution so that we can mix some inks and see how it performs. The first one here is Wash Lavender from my order. So this is supposed to be a purple color ink, but as you can see, it's more gray. Next, I'm going to swatch the replacement I received. So this is supposed to be closer to the Wash Lavender color on their website. Right away, I can see that it's more vibrant and darker. I'll call this version 2. I think it still looks darker than the swatch from their website. Now I'm swatching the ink Cold Snap from the order I first received. This ink is supposed to be more blue, so this is too green. Now I'm swatching the replacement I received. Straight away you can see that this one is more blue rather than the typical green. The inks are still drying. Looking at the current color, I do think that the colors still look darker than the swatch I saw from their website. So I brought out their dilution solution and I added about 20% of the dilution solution to test out to see if I could get a lighter color. Next, I also added 20% of the dilution solution to the Cold Snap. Now I'm going to let this dry and come back later. Here is the result after all the inks are dry. As you can see, this is the first version I received from my order. It was more on the grayish side with a hint of purple color. And then this is what I received. It's more vibrant, but it's still darker than the swatch on their website. I brought out their dilution solution and added roughly 20% to the ink. This is the result. I think this is quite close to what they show on their website. If you want it to be lighter, you can increase to 30% for this color. It should get you to what they show on their website. And then this is another ink, Cold Snap. I call it version 1. The one that I received from my order. It was way too green compared to the swatch from their website. And then this is what I received, the replacement for the Cold Snap. I call it version 2. You can see that it definitely had more blue tones in the ink, but it's still darker than what they show on their website, which I don't mind because when it's darker, you can dilute it with the dilution solution. So this one, I added about 20%, which didn't lighten it too much, I can see. So I added 3 more drops to my mix, which was around 45% roughly. If you get this ink and you want it to be lighter, you can add dilution solution about 45%. It should get you to pretty close to the swatch they show on their website. So that's it for this ink update, and I'm pretty happy with this both replacement ink that they sent me. I love their ink, and their ink always work well with my fountain pen. This color is really unique. I love Cold Snap. I think If you love this kind of grayish tone color, it's worth to pick up this one. Other than that, that's all for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!